to the conference hall of the Inter-Ree International Real Estate Expo 2024. We are going to have a look now again at the investment opportunities at the Mediterranean area. Where and what to buy in Mediterranean area is the name of, or is the title of the panel discussion that is just about to follow. When we look for real investment abroad, most often we look for a place at the seaside, and still the most popular is Mediterranean, so we add more closer look at Montenegro, Croatia and Albania. Let me welcome here Alma Curl, Head of Investment Department of Opereta from Croatia. You may take a seat. Also Ksenija Nikolic, Head of CMM Global Department at CMM Investment Consulting Group, Montenegro. And Daniel Mikulka, Real Estate Specialist at MyAlbania. So Albania it is. Before we go for a short presentation that each of you has, I would like to know, just shortly, we have Montenegro, Croatia and Albania. What would you choose as a main attraction for the investors? If you should choose something, what would it be in Croatia? It should be turned on, but one was really not working well, so we try this one.
For Croatia, certainly accessibility, easy access by car, which has proven to be the main key point after the pandemic. People can come and go as they wish. They don't depend on the airline.
Ah, so the travel, okay.
Yes.
Montenegro.
I think, is it
Yeah,
working?
we have to turn it really this way.
Okay. So I would definitely, first, hello to everyone, and thank you for the attendance in our panel. I would definitely divide Montenegro as the currently rising and growing market for investors. So being not still part of EU, but still being in the Mediterranean and being part of Europe, this is something that definitely should be interesting for all who are interested in investing in a market that is only booming.
Yes, thank you. And Albania, we've already heard some about Albania, but what would you choose?
Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Mikulka. For your question, I'm from Slovakia, I live in Czech Republic. I'm not from Albania, but I'm like investor which have find any place which is have sense for future invest money, and from all country near the Mediterranean Sea was for me the best Albania. For this, because Albania have from my side the biggest potential now, invest potential for future.
So that's in short, and now you'll have the chance to add some more in a short presentation. So we start with Croatia. Alma.
Thank you very much, and hello to everyone. I'm part of the largest real estate company in Croatia, Opereta. We are on the market for over 20 years already and have 60 active agents. We cover whole of Croatia in projects from the acquisition of land, investment projects, also for we search for our clients suitable homes, apartments or houses, new or old, we have it all. Why Croatia? Croatia is a country...
You may click that. Okay. This one then to the front.
Okay.
Probably not working, so I'll ask you.
Croatia is well known for its national parks. It's a country of very wonderful beauty. The most well-known are Plitvice lakes, Kornati islands, also Krka waterfalls, Brioni. So it's a wonderful attraction for our tourism, and the tourists, they fall in love in Croatia and they do buy homes in Croatia. Also, we have no real estate tax. That is a wonderful attraction for the investors. only symbolic tourist tax. For foreigners, it is very easy to buy property and also to rent it out with the same conditions as the Croatians, like almost zero tax. Then it's all growing to be a popular second home country, and it's of course car destination. It's still underpriced compared to the region, to the your neighboring countries, as we are part of European Union, and especially the land is very underpriced. Besides the land line, and we have 1,000 islands, which everyone has visited, also the continental Croatia offers very interesting investment opportunities due to the year-round tourism. In proximity to lakes, we have thermal waters, we have abundance of water, which is a very large issue today in the countries of Mediterranean. So our water resources potential is also one of the major attractions of Croatia as a second home.
Thank you.
Place.
Thank you, Alma. Great. We'll move to Montenegro. We've already heard it's a booming area, booming destination. So, Ksenija, go for it.
So, my name is Ksenija, and I am from the CMM Investment Consulting Group, which is the largest company in Montenegro dealing with real estate and also after-sales services. So we do cover, we are one-stop shop in Montenegro when it comes to properties. And we are also a developer ourselves. So I would like to ask you just to have a look in the slide, because sorry, the previous one. These are just some main points regarding Montenegro for everyone who might not know. We are one of the youngest countries, let's say, in the region. We became independent in 2006, so we kind of turned 18 this year. We are, from that moment, basically, we have opened the markets of Europe, and we already use currency euro. We are also in the process of EU integration, but I will talk about that more on our second topic. So I just wanted to touch bases regarding some main points, which is also for you to understand. Montenegro is not a big country, but is a rising market, and we like to call it unbrushed diamond. Because it's not so discovered yet, but is becoming. And if you may see the next slide, which will tell you more about the touristic trends, because currently Montenegro has the stable growth of tourists each year, which is, as you can see on the slide, has been growing each year, and we have diversity in group of tourists that are coming, actually the nationalities that are coming to Montenegro. As you can see, in the 2023, Budva was the most visited city in the region, according to the number of tourists. You can see in our next slide as well, sorry, the previous one that we skipped. One more. Yeah. About the...
Whoops, we have some problems with the sound, but hopefully it will go right. It seems like this one is being naughty.
We can use maybe the same one and switch.
Try to click with this one. Probably you'll be able to find the slide you want to talk about.
Okay. So we can dwell a bit on the luxury tourism boom. This one is better. As you can see here, we've chosen here several big projects which have been developing in the last, I would say, 10 years and have influenced significantly on a touristic scene in Montenegro, with the projects like Porto Montenegro, which is located in Tivat city, which before was just like a military village in the times of Yugoslavia. When Porto Montenegro, which is a UI investment, joined with actually Peter Monk, one of the Canadian billionaires, who have chosen specifically this region to develop waterfront luxury marina residences. After this, the prices in Tivat went 3 times up, and this is currently one of the most popular, I would say, areas besides Budva for investment, which is attracting many people from all around the world. And Tivat has also international airport, together with another airport that we have in Podgorica, which is also international. So you can see what are the numbers of the investment, and what is Montenegrin government doing is actually giving subsidies for these kind of investments and developing micro-locations around which the cities are being developed, the infrastructure, so there's a lot of going on. There are roads that are being developed. We have a highway also that one phase has been finished, and we are planning to connect south of Montenegro with Serbia. And just, yeah, this is one more slide regarding the numbers, and for you to understand which are the top foreign real estate buyers in Montenegro in 2023.
So no checks yet, but we are there just before Austria.
Yes.
Great, thank you. We move to Daniel to get to know more about Albania, and probably we can do it in Czech, however you prefer.
Dobrý den, já budu mluvit česky, protože vycházím z toho, že většina klientů jsou Česi a budu mít větší zájem. For English version, please take our newsletter letter, which is in table near the entrance. Co se týče Albánie, jak jsem řekl na začátku, jsme v té krajině 5 let, jsme čistě česká firma, firma, která si vybrala Albánii z důvodu ne toho, že bychom tam měli nějaké historické vazby, alebo pocházeli jsme z taděl, ale protože jsme tam viděli největší obchodní potenciál a investiční potenciál. Po 5 letech působení na tomto trhu všechny naše predikce se nám potvrdily a můžeme říct, že jsme je překonali ne na 100%, ale o nějakých 123% vůči číslám, které jsme měli. Když jsme ten projekt spouštěli, tak velká část mých obchodních přátel z biznisu, protože jsem předtím působil v rámci vysokého managementu v rámci střední Evropy, mi ťukali na čelo, že jsem se prostě úplně pomátl a Albánie, ta je nebezpečná a Albánie to prostě jako z investice nemá nic společného. Já jsem ten potenciál tam viděl, vzhledem na to, že jsem tu krajinu poznal, a to je asi to nejdůležitější, čím my vždycky začínáme. Říkáme našim klientům, přijďte se tam podívat, abyste si udělali představu a vlastní názor a potom se můžeme bavit. Pro nás základné kritérium je nejen užívat nemovitost a splnit si životní sen spousty našich klientů o nemovitosti u moře, ale vždycky to musí být investice. A v případě, že to má být investice, tak u tu investici musí být postaráno. Takže já velice rád používám heslo, že my nejsme realitní kancelář, že víceméně fungujeme jako právné zastoupení klienta, které řeší klientovi a propojuje mu jeho české očekávání s bankářskou realitou. Protože asi největší problém, který může nastat, je to, že když odejdete do jiné krajiny, tak očekáváte, že to bude naprosto totožné, jak jste zvyklí ze střední Evropy a že ty věci prostě fungují stejně, až když je tam katastr, tak vlastně se není čeho bát, protože smlouvu podepisujete u notáře. Ale už vám nikdo neřekne to, že ten notář vám ověří podpisy, ale neručí vám za to, co v té smlouvě je napsané. Z toho důvodu se snažíme poskytnout kompletní balík služeb, který na sebe navazuje a máme takové hezké heslo klíče a plavky. Klient má lítat s klíčem a plavkama, o všechno ostatné se máme postarat my. Není to úplně jednoduché vždycky, ale snažíme se proto dělat maximum. Když bych jsem velice rychle zhrnul tu naši timelineu, tak po nějaký úvodní schůzce s tím klientem, kdy my se z něho snažíme vytáhnout jeho důvod, proč vlastně na tím uvažuje, jestli to má být investice nebo si chce udělat radost. Pokračujeme takzvanou Albánii na zkoušku, neprodáváme nemovitosti online, striktně to odmítáme klientům, protože chceme, aby tu krajinu viděli, aby byli skutečně rozhodnutí. Tím, že nefungujeme jako realitní kancelář, tak pro nás to prodejem nemovitosti pouze začíná. My s vámi spolupracujeme většinou dalších 3-5 let a déle a z toho důvodu chceme, aby to vaše rozhodnutí bylo uvážené. Když přiletíte do Albánie, tak my vám ukážeme nemovitosti, které jsou k dispozici, ukážeme vám jednotlivé části města, pláže, ukážeme vám nemovitosti, v jakém stavu vám to odevzdáváme po kompletní rekonstrukci. Když vyřešíme zdárně papírové záležitosti, vaše peníze zůstávají v Čechách, v české notárské nebo bankovní úschově a my celý proces realizujeme tak, že vlastně na základě plné moci nakupujeme vaši nemovitost na vaše jméno za naše peníze v Albánii, až když je to všechno v katastru skutečně zapsané, tak dostáváme peníze z české úschovy tak, aby ten proces byl co nejvíc přiblížený zvyklostem českého trhu a pro českého klienta. Pokud je potřeba pomoci s financováním, tak to dokážeme taky a následně se staráme o kompletní proces z hlediska přepisu energií, správy toho apartmánu. Uděláme kompletní rekonstrukci a po nějakých 4 měsících si klient přichází pro nový krásný apartmán, který odpovídá evropským standardům na úrovni 3 až 4 hvězdičkového hotela. Následně zabezpečujeme v případě, že klient ten apartmán chce pronajímat, co je většina klientů, turistické pronájmy, check-iny, check-outy, úklidy. K dispozici máme online rezervační systém, ten klient vidí v reálnom čase, co je k dispozici, kdy tam má turisty, kdy tam nemá turisty a následně pokračujeme se servisem z hlediska transferu z letiště, lokální turistické agentury a všeho, co ten klient potřebuje. Včetně nějakého hotlineu v případě nenadálých životních událostí, že je potřeba hledat nějakou nemocnici alebo podobné záležitosti. Takže asi takhle.
Thank you. That was Albania. You again have a chance to ask your questions. You may use Slido, where you either scan the QR code or you type in a hashtag Inter-Ree, which will get you to our event. But I think what is very interesting is you've mentioned the accession process. Croatia already has the experience of being part of the EU.
Yes.
So how it changed the market, the valuations and so on, and then I would be happy to hear what do you expect and how important it is for Montenegro and Albania both.
Certainly, the entrance to EU has strongly influenced Croatian real estate market. In the year 2023, the average price for a property like house or apartment in Croatia was 3,000 euro per square meter, and it rose 35% in the last 3 years. So the prices have gone up in the try to level up with the region, but still also on this price level, it's underpriced to the neighboring countries. So it still offers wonderful investment opportunities for the clients, maybe not looking for the cheap option, but like medium and higher budgets. For example, houses with pool up to 250 to 300,000 euro, or a very good investment, long-term investment is in the farming, agricultural land, which is strongly underpriced still to the region.
Thank you. Montenegro is going through an accession process to the EU. What are the implications for investors?
So regarding the... Just to wait for the slide, yeah. Regarding the EU entrance, we are in the process of EU integration. And we are the next in line to enter European Union. As a lot of things have been going on, we entered the last chapters of negotiations, so it is expected to happen within 2 years' time. In terms of the price appreciation, you have, well, the best example is by my side, is actually Croatia. Once they entered European Union, also the prices went up and the prices appreciated. That's what we are expecting to happen in Montenegro as soon as we enter. So I would say now is actually the best timing to invest in Montenegro. Besides that, currently the taxes are very favorable. As you can see, there's no tax on a new development, there's no inheritance tax, no pension tax, annual property tax is rather low, corporate income tax from 9 to 15%. The Montenegrin coastline, what also is important to mention is that it's a small coastline, it's less than 300 kilometers, and yet only 40% is still developed. So there's a lot still to be developed, and I would say that in Montenegro, it's still very lucrative market because it is a big demand, but the offer is still quite limited as Montenegrin government is doing a steady introduction of new urbanistic plans according to each areas, and it is steadily growing. So therefore, you don't have. We are mostly dependent on cash investments. We are not a destination where we are dependent on loans. And generally, this is why it's actually beneficial to invest now. As if you can maybe just turn the next slide, well, you can see the rental yields, which are currently something that is the realistic statistics that we have. And we expect, of course, this to grow because Montenegro has, as I mentioned before, the stable growth of tourists each year. You can see that these are the 5 top touristic cities that we have. Basically, in each area of Montenegro, we have different sceneries, from the bay, going to the open sea, to Budva, which is, let's say, the capital of tourism, and it's quite well accessible. There is Adriatic Road connecting from Croatia to the Albania and passing through all of these cities. So, if you can just, the next slide. Okay, this is probably more on the next topic, so I won't.
Okay, thank you. How it is with Albania, it just started the accession process, but how it is with taxes, as we've just heard about Montenegro, how it is in Albania. And also there was a question, I'll switch to Czech with this one. Mluvil jste o pomoci s financováním v Albánii, máte na mysli financování tamními bankami, případně za jakých podmínek splatnost a LTV?
Odpovím na tu otázku, co se týče albánských bank. Bohužel albánské banky vám nejsou schopné poskytnout financování. My jsme schopni v případě, že máte nemovitost v Čechách, tak zastavit tuto nemovitost v České bance, která vám následně půjčí klasickou hypotéku, ne americkou hypotéku na nákup nemovitosti v Albánii. Systém albánských bank je tak s opožděním asi 15 let vůči tomu českému, takže tam platíte za spoustu věcí relativně vysoké poplatky. For a question for tax, I'm a big fans for Albanian government because I think that is good government which look for future for country. For any tax system in Albania, for me, is too much clean, is too much easy. If you don't know which is tax, it's 15%. It is possible to say any general, but not always. Is one tax which is have any connection with property, is tax from profit which you make that you selling your property. Is minus what you have buy and for what you selling your property. This profit you pay 15% for Albanian government. Is new tax which start this year is again 15% from renting for your apartment which you rent per booking, Airbnb and this all others. Other tax, how is, for example, in Czech that you buy any property or any every year big taxes like is in any other country in Europe, is not in this moment in Albania or is too much small?
Yeah, they want to attract people by not having high taxes, another advantage of those countries. Thank you. There is another question. Alma, you've already talked about the market and a bit about the trends there, but we may say a bit more, because there's a question, what nice Croatian island has the lowest property prices?
Croatian island.
Yeah, is there any undiscovered gem?
Of course, there are. Croatia is famous for having more than 1,000 islands, so it will take many lifetimes to discover all of the island. Now, on the first moment, I would say island of Prague is really standing out for the natural beauty and really very, very affordable prices of the real estate. It does not have like cities with such UNESCO protected heritage spots like in Dalmatia. We have so many well-known countries, starting from Dubrovnik, Split, Trogir, Zadar, Rovinj, Poreč in Istria. So in island of Prague are very good prices compared to the to the other islands.
Thank you. Ksenija, you wanted to talk about some more about Montenegro, but I think would be also good to get to know what's the lifestyle. And there's also a question, what is your expectation on highway and speedway development in Montenegro in the next 10 years? So what is the lifestyle there now and how it will be influenced by the development and how fast the development will go?
So we have last year, the first phase of the highway was launched. You will see later on the slide the picture of the basically how it is going from Podgorica to Kolašin has been finished the first phase, and it definitely already improved and influenced on winter season and winter tourism, because it is, if before it took you maybe 1.5 hours or even 2 hours to get to the ski slopes from the capital of Montenegro, now it takes only 30 minutes to get there. The plan, this is just the first phase of the highway. The plan is actually for it to go from Bar, from the southern city of Montenegro to Boljari, which is to Serbia. So it will definitely improve the logistics. It will definitely influence on more tourists coming, not just from neighboring countries, but also from Europe, because we have a lot of people from Poland, from Czech, from Hungary coming by car, because it's very accessible. And this will only influence even faster logistics. Again, it is expected, we are already working on the next phase, and this is what you mentioned also, some timeline, but we expect also to be even much quicker to be the end of the construction of the highway. And in terms of the lifestyle, as you can see, we can brag that we have one of the most cheapest electricities in this part of Europe, because it's quite affordable. We produce our own electricity, and Montenegro is actually not so big country, so we are also relying on self-sustainable and other resources, renewable resources of energy. But it's important to understand that within 2 hours drive from the ski slopes to the sandy shores, we have only 2 hours driving, and it's probably one of the rare places you get to drink coffee in the morning and go skiing in the afternoon. I would say that coastline is quite developed. There is still a lot to be developed, but the north is, we have a few ski resorts, and each ski resort has already a few 5-star hotels, and one of the famous brands, Marriott, Movenpick, which have opened their chain of hotels on the north of Montenegro. So in terms of development of infrastructure, we have also planned, and the works have started already 3 months ago, on a 4-lane road from Budva to Herceg-Novi. First phase is from Budva to Tivat. So the works, the end of the construction is planned to be in the next 1.5 years. And the first phase already by the end of this summer. So there's a lot of going on in terms of the infrastructure in Montenegro, and this shows that there's a lot of potential still. The country is very safe. I must point out that we are already part of NATO. If you can just switch to the next slide. We are already part of NATO, and we are one of the safest countries in the region when it comes to the lowest crime rates. Again, sunny days, more than 260 sunny days, affordable living prices. You get to eat very quality organic food by the sea. There's a lot of nice restaurants which have even traditions of 50 years, generations holding those restaurants where you can eat freshly caught fish, drink also very nice wine, because our region is known by Plantaže, one of the famous also wineries. We have a lot of national parks, a lot of greenery. 42% actually of the territory is covered in the trees, so we are very much proud of also healthy lifestyle. And we have a few rehabilitation centers in Montenegro where we get people coming from all around the world for the treatments. I can ask you for the next slide, is what I mentioned you. It's actually the road from ski slopes to the beaches, and you can see it's even shorter the Google Maps, but I always like to take the pessimistic version. But it's maximum 2 hours drive. And one more slide. This is what I told you about the healthy lifestyle, no pollution, Tara, one of the cleanest river in Europe. So come to Montenegro.
That was a nice invitation. Then we have another question. Do you have a KYC procedure in Albania, Croatia, and Montenegro? Is it possible to pay by cash? Any limitation of cash payment? KYC
yes.
and limitation?
Yes. Is limit for cash operation in Albania, like in all other Europe. It's possible bring maximum 10,000 euro in cash, and Albania go too much up with all any rules for cleaning money, all these other points, and in this moment I think have take the best solution for all these problems, and is any better situation in bank in Albania, like if I compare with situation in bank in Czech Republic, if we speak about cash money, about cleaning money.
Thank you. Croatia, I would expect to be the same as Czech Republic, as it is member of the EU.
Yes, Europe, yes.
And Montenegro has any specifics?
It's actually the same limit in terms of bringing cash in the country. It's 10,000 euros. So in terms of the KYC form, of course, that each bank is doing the checks, because again, as we are in a process of EU integration, there are certain rules that we are already, let's say, are already applied on us, and definitely the origin of the money and everything is being checked. However, there's also options of different kind of financing as well. There is one bank in Montenegro that actually gives loans to EU residents. And then there are developers. We ourselves also are offering finance options even up to 3 years with no interest rate.
Thank you. In Croatia, I would be interested more in, we've spoken about a wonderful seaside, nature, islands, but how about Zagreb as the capital? How it is with the market there?
Zagreb is Croatia's capital, and it's on the number one, holds 50% of all real estate transactions. So it really is a market maker, and also for Croatian people, it's a status symbol for all regions. Like people like to have a flat, apartment, or a house in Zagreb. It has attracted quite few foreign investments, both in the retail and commercial and residential sector. Still, today, we don't have enough apartments in Zagreb, newly built. The production of the new apartments has a very bright future. So on the market, we still have stronger demand than a supply of the new apartments. So many citizens are now taking renting the flats, and also in that segment the rates are going up, and it's very good.
I was just about to ask if you have...
Yes, it's very good for investment. In general, in Croatia, we can say in tourism sector, but also in other 7.5% yield would be average for the prime properties all around. It can go higher, up to 10%, on the specific areas. On the other 50% of the markets are cities that are then on the coast. It's Split, Zadar, Rovinj, Dubrovnik. Yes. And also Zagreb has tourism, also many visitors. So we had 20 million arrivals last year in Croatia, which we are very proud of, and they spread really all around the country.
Thank you. Of course, it would be interesting to know how it is with Tirana or Podgorica. If I remember your chart, there was no Podgorica mentioned with the yields, but I think you focus on the seaside and no Tirana, but Tirana is not that far.
Yes, Tirana is capital city, but I think Albania offer too much next place, not only seaside and any summer holiday, but for me, for the future, mountain and all this too much nice national, which is in Albania, have more bigger potential, like in this moment any sea or any Tirana city and all others. Really, it's necessary go and check this national, this mountain is perfect. It's too much nice. I have traveling before too much for any different place. It's possible compare, for example, for me, for Alaska. Alaska have similarly any view how is possible check in mountain from Albania.
So better small places than the capital. How about Podgorica?
Well, me myself, I'm from Podgorica. What I can tell is that Podgorica has been developing a lot in the last few years because it's in one way like a business center and it has been growing. In terms of the tourism, I would still, and in terms of the rental yields, coastline is still higher and still gets much more tourists. Because of the attraction which Montenegro has, it's actually the seaside. Podgorica is only 1 hour drive from the seaside, so it's also very well accessible. But I would say that the main focus of investors is on the coastline of Montenegro, as there is, as I mentioned, a lot of luxury projects, waterfront marina residences, and again small even areas and even some cities being developed around it. So definitely there's a lot of potential on the rest of Montenegro, also on the ski slope, as we have a few condo hotels being opened on the north of Montenegro. But so far, let's say that the main focus in terms of the rental yields and the price appreciation is still on the coastline. And one thing I would just like to add in terms of the resale of the properties, as I got a few questions during these 2 days, that I would like to point out that in Montenegro there's no limitation from the moment you buy a property when you can resell it. So it can be literally the next day, and it can be even in our projects we do offer first buyback option where you can resell it even during the construction.
Well, mention the resales just very shortly. In Croatia, any limitations?
No limitations, and I want to really stress out, like compared to other countries, I think for Croatia it has the best. It's easy to buy a second home, like everywhere, all around the world, but many investors then get stuck with their second home. And for Croatia, we are number one in the possibility to exit your investment. It's no problem. You can go to Croatia, and we have seen it like turnover of also like foreign buyers coming and they're like reselling or like giving up after 10 years from the so many Germans, Austrian, Slovenian clients, also UK, Dutch. Like you enjoy your investment. They also can many of them have rented out the properties and they decide to move on because it's the lifestyle today. Like, yes. So.
Thank you. Just from Albania, any limits for resales?
It's not any limit for resales. Only one point, we not too much is possible that we strictly not recommend it for our client try buying new developments project, start reconstruction project, and this because it's not absolutely clean any situation with paper. And I all time explain for people it's investment. It's investment from any long way from your country, and you must be absolutely sure and not try any if it's yes, if it's not, and different stuff.
Could be a bit risky. Okay, thank you very much. I thank to Alma Curl from Opereta, also to Ksenija Nikolic from CMM Investment Consulting Group, and Daniel Mikulka from MyAlbania. Thank you.